great. That was beautiful. Glorious good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you here on our flower ceremony Sunday. I have a few quick announcements. The Justice team is going to be hosting a patio postcard party. They're writing postcards to encourage voting in November, and this group of postcards will go to Pennsylvania. So trying to encourage people to get out to vote. That will be right after service. Also right after service in the Founders Room is going to be a Google training session with Ann Taves. And by the way, hello, I'm Debbie Skirdo from the board. I was like trying to do all these things, and welcome to Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation. Everybody on Zoom too. I don't know where I'm supposed to look anymore, but welcome. There is no choir rehearsal this week, just so I let everybody know. No choir? Okay. Monday night is the fundraising task force Zoom meeting. Wednesday is the spiritual life team meeting. Thursday is administrative team and the board meeting. And especially important is June 1st, which is next Sunday. Lots happening. The choir is singing. It is the annual meeting, which means we vote on any open places of the officers and any other leadership roles. So we have been posting the slate in the community connections. Also, that will be first thing, right after church, we'll go right to that. Then we get to go to lunch and we get to have all the yummy food. It's the Take Me Out to the Ball Game Sunday and luncheon fundraising. Please see Murray if you haven't paid yet and would like to reserve spots. Also, wear your baseball gear. You're going to see some demonstrations of that today. We have several models to come up and share with you. And let's see, I think that's basically it. I think I did a fast job, so I hope that was all. And I'm going to introduce Kate Hand. She has an announcement about the Beneville Pines. So welcome again.
I would like to invite you all to come to De Beneville Pines on June 6th. That's our camp. We go every year, and it is so much fun. We have all kinds of activities, and it's a great way to get to know each other. And the other churches that we meet with there are a lot of fun, too. Sometimes there is canoeing, I can't promise, but it's a lot of fun, and kayaking, and there's a stream that's very pretty, usually has lots of wildflowers. So see us for more information, and that's June 6th, and it's close to Big Bear. Oh, and I need to introduce M&M, Mark and Murray.
So Mark, we determined last week that you have a baseball team that you manage, and you told me the players' names. Who's on first? What's on second? And I don't know who's on third.
Yes, yes, Murray, correct.
You got an outfield?
Why?
I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Then tell me who's playing left field.
Who's playing first?
Stay
Stay out of it.
stay out of our infield. I want to know what's the guy's name in left field.
No, what's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
Third base? The left fielder's name.
Why?
Because.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you. Oh, wait, do it again. Sorry.
Because.
Oh, he's center field.
You got a catcher?
Certainly.
The catcher's name?
Today.
And tomorrow's pitching?
Now you've got it.
You know I'm a pretty good catcher.
Yeah, so I've heard.
I get behind the plate and tomorrow's pitching, batter bunts the ball. Me being a good catcher, I throw the ball to first base, so I'm throwing it to who?
Now, that's the first thing you've said right all day.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. So who throws it to what? What throws it back to? I don't know, throws it back to tomorrow. Triple play! The next guy steps up and hits a long ball to 2 because, why, I don't know. He's on third, and I don't give a damn.
What'd you say?
I said I don't give a damn.
Oh, that's our shortstop.
Too funny. So now we enter into our, oh, you too? Come on. I didn't know. We enter into some more fun. Yesterday, this one working? This is about.
Do I need to do something? to
No,
this mic?
you need to bring this down.
The one you're standing at is good.
Ooh, that one is good.
This is the one.
She turned down.
Yeah, that's the one. You're in the right spot.
This is
That's
awesome.
right.
Oh, well, I'm a loudmouth, so
Okay, there we go.
this will work. Yesterday, I was reading Facebook, and I came upon this post from Lynn Shable, who tagged Jimmy Grissom. They were at one of Jimmy's ball games, and I thought, what could possibly be more perfect? She wrote, "Go, Jimmy. Life is like a baseball game. Show up. We want you to show up on June 1st.
Keep your eye on the ball. Keep swinging no matter what.
Keep moving forward.
Respect your teammates.
Respect the opposing team, but nah.
It's okay to ask for help.
Stay in the game and have fun."
It's. One of the things we want you to tell about coming to the luncheon tomorrow. You never know what's
next Sunday.
Next Sunday, excuse me. When you come, you never know who you'll run into. You might even run into a couple of ball players that you've heard about from Mark and Murray. Who knows?
Maureen, it's in the back. Boy, we needed that. That was. Okay, and now let's get serious. But that was pretty serious, so be sure and come. Okay, so I'm Catherine Rowlee, and I am one of the lay leaders for this service. So we will now sound our bowl, which is traditional. We sound it 3 times. We sound it once for those who came before, the Tongva people and other native peoples who were the original stewards of this land and who called it home long before we did. We also honor our own ancestors, the founding members of this congregation, who imagined it and formed it over, well, getting close to 80 years ago now. Well, let's hope this sounds decent. Woo! Okay. Okay, we sound it once for those of us here and now, for our members, our friends, our visitors, our staff, our extended UU family, who all hold, care, and grow this beloved community that we call our own. How's that? And we sound it once for those who come, who those will enter through our doors and find belonging and meaning here with us. Now let me see this one. Perfectest of all. Okay, our opening words are by Reverend Peter Zamoyski, who is presently the minister of the Unitarian Church in Prague, in Czechoslovakia, where Norbert Čapek formed his first church. So in his honor, he wrote this for the flower ceremony. In the name of what is holy, in the name of what is good, in the name of that which gives life, we have gathered here in this place today. We have been given life to live under the aspect of eternity. For that is the source of happiness, to work on ourselves and bring happiness into our lives, to be as valid as possible to others with whom we are connected by invisible relationship. And to you, the flowers, you remind us of the wonderful simplicity of the natural order and that we too are a part of it. You remind us of the beauty and harmony of diversity. You remind us that one can feel and perceive and live unity in diversity and diversity in unity. Let the spirit of creative life unite us as it reigns among us. And our opening song, if you want to raise in body and/or spirit, is Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, number 361, if you follow the book. Okay, and at this moment, we're going to ask that Robert and any of the youth or children who are present bring forward the flowers. You will like that. And Robert just is going to make sure they don't tip. And then right here, I think this, if it doesn't hide us, maybe over, maybe here. Is that, we've got to do this thing.
And then if Robert can stay up here, he's going to be lighting the chalice. And I'm Amy Randall. I'm the other lay leader for today. Okay, these chalice lighting words are adapted from Amy Zucker Morgenstern. Within the heart of the flower, the fountain of beauty. Within the heart of the community, a fire that warms and dances. Within the heart of each of us, a spark of the spirit of life. Thank you. And if you'll please stand now, we're going to do our affirmation of faith and then sing the spirit of life. We affirm that love is the greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage
Good morning, everybody. Today's Time for All Ages is called Learning from Daffodils and is by Ruth E. Gibson. When you look at a daffodil, there are lots of things you notice. Almost no one ever notices the little withered brown bit at the base of the flower. But it's really important. When the daffodils come up to the ground, it's still pretty hard and there's sometimes cold and snow. So at first, the daffodils have a tough green skin protecting their blossoms. After it gets warmer, the daffodil doesn't need this protection, and it shrivels and dies. Often in our lives, just as for the daffodil, some part of us has to shrivel up and die so that a new part of us can grow and give beauty to the world. Oddly enough, though, the dead, shriveled up part of the daffodil doesn't fall away. There are two things we can learn from a daffodil to help ourselves and each other. We can be brave and wise enough when the right time comes to push out from under the tough skin of our souls that protect us from all that is hard and harsh and that can damage the more fragile parts of ourselves. We can let some parts of ourselves die so that new parts of ourselves can live in beauty. And we can hold on to the shriveled up dead bits, especially if doing so helps us to remember and honor the value all parts of ourselves, all parts of our existence. Just because we don't need that part of that way of being in the world now doesn't mean that that part has no value. It was very necessary to have the protection and very good to remember that and appreciate it now. And so now if the kids can come up, you guys can sing it to our classes once Jaryus gets the words on the screen.
There, you didn't look. Okay, you're ready then. You'll see. Okay, so it is now time for us to give and receive our Sunday offering. And as we give our offering, we also bring forward anything you may have for the Beta, no, it's not the Beta Center anymore, our local food pantries. And we remember that half of everything we give that is not designated goes to, this month, the Citizens Climate Lobby Education Fund. It's your last Sunday to do that, I believe. So, and while we do that, we will be blessed to listen to Lily. There's no offertory, yeah, I guess on mine there is, but not in there. So she is going to bless us with this music. You can't help but clap. Flowers for our hearts, reaching deep. Thank you. We have no joys and concerns that have been offered today, but we know that we're all holding a lot. So let's take a few minutes to enter into a time of prayerful contemplation, and let's just breathe together. Let's take a moment to just take a deep breath and quiet our minds and enter into our time of contemplation. We relax into quietness and stillness, breathing in and out. We feel our shoulders relax. And we feel our hearts open. And we send our loving thoughts out to the world that is so full of grief and suffering and fear right now. And we send our loving thoughts to one another, knowing that many of us are holding our own personal fears and challenges, not to mention stress. And lastly, as we breathe in, let us send our loving thoughts inward to our own selves. It is hard to be calm in these unsettling and tragic times, yet we realize there is still beauty and there is still love, and we are still able to come together. Spirit of life and love, great mystery of many names, hold us this day and in the troubling days to come. Help us to find the strength to show compassion. Help us to be brave and courageous in the moments of our deepest fears. And may we find comfort in the love and care of both stranger and friend, in both loving and in receiving love. May we heal and not harm. May we show each other the way towards more reason and deeper tolerance. Sorry, my voice. May we grow a greater love for each other, for all of humanity, and for Earth's creatures. And on this day, we honor and remember a hero of our faith, Norbert Chopek, who created the flower ceremony 102 years ago and who lost his life courageously living to further justice, equity, and compassion in spite of the great danger he knew it entailed. And let us not forget that it is Memorial Day tomorrow, a day to mourn and honor those people who have died while serving in our armed forces. No matter what we may think of some of the various wars and armed conflicts our country has been engaged with throughout its history, we mourn and honor those who have died. And we remember that thousands and thousands of our country's military forces died to put an end to the evil that was responsible for Norbert Chopek's death, not breath, the end of his breath. So let's take a breath and sit in silence for a minute. In appreciation and gratitude, blessed be. And the choir. Our reading today is by Norbert Chopek, and it was written shortly before his death in the concentration camp Dachau that he died in. In the depths of my soul, there where lies the source of strength, where the divine and the human meet, there, quiet your mind, quiet, quiet. Outside, let lightning rain. Horrible darkness frighten the world. But from the depths of your own soul, from that silence will rise again God's flower. Return to yourself. Rest in yourself. Live in the depths of your soul, where the divine and the human meet. Turn your heart to the eternal, and in the depths of your own soul, your panting quiets down. Where the divine and the human meet, there is your refuge.
Norbert Fabian Čapek was born June 3, 1870, in Bohemia, which was then part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He was raised as a Roman Catholic, but became a Baptist at the age of 18. And he worked as a minister, a missionary, a publicist, and a composer of hymns. He served a congregation in Saxony, Germany, for about 3 years, and then moved to Moravia, Czechoslovakia, where he established a new congregation. In 1901, he was elected chair of the Union Baptist Churches of Moravia and Slovakia. But influenced by the social gospel movement of the time and the study of radical Christian movements, he soon became more liberal. Around 1910, Čapek discovered the Unitarian tradition and felt that it was the perfect religion for himself and the Czech people. Since he was not able to get support for establishing a Unitarian church, he continued as a Baptist minister, even though he felt internal conflict. In 1914, as World War I was beginning, he moved to New York to lead a small Baptist church, and soon after was called to a Baptist church in New Jersey, which was a larger one. In 1919, he resigned as a Baptist minister, and about a year later, his family, which now included a wife and children, joined the First Unitarian Church of Essex County in New Jersey. From then on, Čapek found a home in the Unitarian tradition. After the conclusion of the war, Čapek and his family returned to Czechoslovakia, and by February 1922, he had organized the Prague Congregation of Liberal Religious Fellowship. The services were soon drawing standing room only crowds. On June 24, 1923, the first flower communion, as Čapek called it, was celebrated. And 7 years later, the Unitarian Church of Czechoslovakia was officially recognized by the Czech government. Čapek's community included people of all social classes with varied ethnic, educational, and religious backgrounds. So he wanted a ritual that would connect them together across their diversity. He also wanted one that did not have any other religious association and would be accessible to everyone. So thus, the flower communion was born. His explanation was that flowers are nature's most tender, common, and beautiful gifts, as well as a symbol of the divine. Each person is symbolized in a flower. Flowers, together in a vase, symbolize fellowship, commonality, and community. Čapek then encouraged each person in the congregation to come forward and take a different flower than the one they brought, just like we'll be doing later. These flowers would be taken home, imagining that we carry with us the needs and beauty of one another. For nearly 20 years, Čapek continued this vision, though not without some turmoil. At one time, the Unitarian Church in Prague was one of the largest Unitarian churches in the world, with over 700 members and 300 children and youth. Courses written by Čapek in religious history and philosophy were being used in their public schools. And his vision that liberal faith, prizing individual conscience and communal fellowship, could flourish really did thrive. And then the Nazis came. By 1939, the whole of Czechoslovakia was in German control. In March, the American Unitarian Association wrote to Čapek, offering him a minister of large position in the United States. He politely but firmly declined, asserting that he could not leave his people, no matter what sufferings might he incur. When Čapek turned 70, which was June 30th, 1940, his congregation held a festive celebration. More than 700 people attended, including noted guests from other churches and organizations. And more than 100 congratulatory letters and telegrams from all over the world arrived. but his prize gift was from his church's Board of Trustees, which was a shortwave radio. And as with all such radios sold in German-occupied lands at the time, it carried a warning that listening to foreign broadcasts was a crime punishable by death. But Chopik didn't care. He listened to the BBC and to the Voice of America each day for the next 9 months. And it's not really known how widely that Chopik shared the news he heard, but it is likely that it shaped the tone of his preaching. In March 1941, Chopik and his 28-year-old daughter Zora were arrested and charged with listening to and disseminating foreign broadcasts. Chopik was also charged with high treason due to his public preaching. Zora served her sentence and survived the war. But in July 1942, Chopik was sent to Dachau. He remained there for a little over 3 months doing hard labor. The handful of letters he was allowed to send from the camp reflected the steadiness of his faith, even in his final months. And on October 12, 1942, Norbert Chopik was taken to his death. Now, the flower communion might seem like a simple ritual, yet it is much more. It reminds us of the basic character of human nature, that even though people are uniquely diverse, we are all connected as one. And today, the flower ceremony is the most widely celebrated Unitarian ritual around the world.
Okay, so, sorry. I'm glad. Okay, so we're going to begin our flower communion after I read his prayer that he wrote for this event. And when we do, after I finish, then hopefully Lily will play some flower communion something or other. And and we will, and you would come forward and take one flower that's different than the flower you brought. So that's what we'll be doing. Here's the prayer. In the name of that which implants the seed of the future of the tree, and in the hearts of humanity, the longing for people living in neighborly love. In the name of the highest, in whom we move and who makes the mother, the father, the brother, the sister, what they are. In the name of the sages and the great religious leaders who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of peace and justice, let us renew our resolution sincerely to be real brothers and sisters, regardless of any kind of barrier which estranges person from person. In this holy resolution, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are one family, that one spirit, the spirit of love, unites us, and our work together for a more perfect and joyful life leads us on. And so, yeah. We could, who would like to come first? Let's come.
The Consecration of the Flowers by Norbert Schoppeck. In the spirit of life, let us bless these flowers as messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts, to be one in desire and affection, and in devotion to justice and the search for truth. May they remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing together. May we cherish friendship as one of the most precious gifts. May we not let this awareness of another's differences discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to secure the place of love, respect, hope, and justice should have in this world. And now our closing song is For the Flowers That Bloom About Our Feet. And Lily, could you please play it one more time through so we can hear it, and then we'll start singing it? Thank you.
Closing words. We're going to say them
Yeah.
together.
It is worthwhile to live and fight courageously for sacred ideals.
Oh, blow ye evil winds into my body's fire, my soul you will never unravel.
Even though disappointed 1,000 times or fallen in the fight, and everything would worthless seem,
I have lived amidst eternity. Be grateful, my soul. My life was worth living.
he who was pressed from all sides but remained victorious in spirit is welcome into the choir of heroes.
He who overcame the fetters gives wings to his mind and is entering into the golden age of the victorious.
And that was written by Norbert Schoppeck.
One of his last. And now we'll extinguish our chalice, and we will say, if Jaryus puts up our little thing we say together as we depart for some fellowship. As we close our time together and extinguish our chalice flame, may we invite its light to shine through us, to strengthen us for the way ahead we cannot see, to serve as the light in this world that we care so much about.